Alright, doing a front differential on a 2020 F-250. Got 10 bolts. 10 bolts to take out. I've already got the top two out. They're pretty hard. Gonna have to get them with a regular ratchet. The rest of the ones I'm gonna try and go ahead and get with my old impact here, make things a little bit easier. Well, apparently my 15 is wore out. Motherfucker. Alright, working on a 2020 F-250. We're going to change the front diff fluid. We got 10 bolts we got to take out and get this cover off. There's no drain plug for this guy. The bolts are kind of a little hard to get to. You got two up here, two up top. Pretty hard. You have to use a regular old ratchet to get them guys off. I was really surprised, but these bolts here are got a 9/16 socket. They're a little bit big for a 14 millimeter and a little small for a 15. So 9/16 it is. Uh-oh. Come back to that guy. Nice big chain. Got your drag link in the way here. I'll worry about that guy in a second as well. Didn't notice this, but little fellow there probably to help spread that torque around a little bit. So I just didn't have it fully seated there earlier. So pretty easy. I'm just gonna pop the old pan off. I want to be pretty careful. I don't have a putty knife with me, but we will be careful not to warp this here pan, because we want to have a nice good seal on the way going back on the install, because, well, diff fluid is kind of important for your differential. So, gotta go run and grab a putty knife. This thing is good and glued on there, which is a good thing. We got gray silicone on here right now. Don't know what color they use it for, but hopefully somebody's been here to change the fluid before. But we're going to do it now, put the good stuff back in it, so we know we're good and taken care of. And even getting a putty knife in there is quite the struggle. There we go. Make sure you got your old drip pan ready. Should be about 3 quarts in here. And once you get her going, she really comes off quick. I don't know if you can see that fluid, but nice and amber colored. Oh, doesn't actually look too bad, thankfully. Oh yeah, here we go. That's a fine color coming out. And we'll put a fine color going back as well. Just gonna let this slowly creep on out. That way hopefully I don't make too big of a mess. Differential fluid is good and sticky and very smelly, so. Go. Good heavy pan. No magnet. Gears look good. I just got quite the mess of I'd avoid using a wire wheel because you don't want to send itty bits of silicone deep into your differential there. Not that it would really hurt it, it would just get mushed up, but you want that fluid flowing nicely. Little bits of silicone are going to impede that flow a little bit, contaminate it. Oh, yeah. Just watch the piece. Good sized chunk. Oh, good sized chunks flying into the diff. Son of a gun. So. Not too bad at cleaning up. A little bit of rust on there. I will wire wheel that, but another thing to consider is ensure that if you're going to leave this uncovered for any amount of time, you want to keep it something in there covering it to keep contaminants out. So we'll throw a towel over that while I clean up and paint the diff cover. Excellent. We'll be back. Alright, while we're waiting on the rear diff cover to dry up, we'll go ahead and do the forward. Already got her good and sealed up. I'm gonna go ahead and get the plug out of there. Spray her down with alcohol. You don't want any of that stuff running down there to contaminate or sealant. And just dip the clean paper towels in it. Oop. lip in there. Gonna make sure that there's no fluid that's gonna come and attack our sealant. It's trying to cure. Alright. Get your bolts ready. I want at least one. Set her on the face there as best you can. Don't try and shake her around too much. A little bit won't hurt though. Get her centered up. Stay there for a second. And again, with this cover, just going to finger tighten these bolts until that sealant starts to smoosh out. I'll let it sit for an hour, come back and torque it to spec. Chilton's is saying this one here gets 66 pounds of torque, whereas the rear only gets 33. Your old 9/16 socket here. And then unfortunately the only thing I got handy is this here torque wrench to tighten them up a little bit. Oh, there starts to smush. Just see that sealant coming out. So we'll stop. mile-long torque wrench here. These two upper ones are quite the pain to get at. Tighten them up the best we can with our fingers. Come back and get back after it with a ratchet. Gunk coming out. I'm going to take these two back off because I forgot that little bar to help it torque. Little piece of sealant there. Glad I didn't forget this little fella. Somebody would have mentioned something. I'm getting sealant all over my torque wrench. Oof. Only knock it out of cal if you drop it. Terrific. Now it's been about an hour since we got the bolts started for the rear. So now let's go ahead and get them torqued to spec, which is 33 foot-pounds. And then we'll just wait on the front to torque that like guy. 33 foot-pounds according to the old Chilton's manual. And you can see there, got her to 33. Oh. I'll just go around the horn. Maybe. Alright, I'll let that paint cure and let the sealant cure over the weekend, and then I'll come back, fill it, and paint it. I'm back here on the front diff. It's been about 1 hour. Earlier I messed up and said these get torqued to 66 foot-pounds, but they get torqued to 45. So we'll go ahead and set our torque wrench. 45. And get to torquing spec. This front diff is a lot meatier than the rear diff as far as the cover goes. Oop. Sanded both covers up and painted them. Just because I want to stop the corrosion. Don't want any pinholes in your differential covers. Let all that fine differential fluid out. It'll last a lot longer with fluid in there. Go back around, just make sure. Not that many of them, but I just want to be sure. That's it.